Many golfers seek to find the proper use of their bodies during the swing for distance, often wrestling or fighting against the club's natural momentum. However, distance is determined by the speed of the club head and a centered strike on the club head face. Therefore, a flexible and free swing of the club is even more essential, as the ball is propelled from one side to the other by the swing of the club. When we swing, the club head moves the most around our body, followed by the hands, and then the body. For example, in badminton, when a shuttlecock comes towards us, we hold the racket, track it with our eyes, and move towards it to hit it. Rather than thinking about how to use our bodies, we simply strike the object with our tool. The same goes for eating. We use our eyes to locate the food, and then use our tools to pick it up. We are not focused on the angle of our arms, or the movements of our wrists and fingers. We are merely handling the tool. I hope you watch this video with the concept that our body reacted during the process of handling the tool. Since we need to hit this stationary ball, we must start the swing with a fixed point and make contact. There are two fixed points. One will be the fixed point of the hands, and more broadly, it will be the fixed point of our entire body. The exercise I will show you now is to swing the club while maintaining the fixed point of the hands. This will be the movement. At this time, rather than focusing on the movement of the wrists, please observe the club swinging around the fixed point of the hands. This is where we have cocking, uncocking, and recocking. Cocking, uncocking, recocking, cocking, uncocking, recocking, while maintaining the fixed point of the hands. We will practice cocking, uncocking, and recocking in place. In reality, the fixed point of the hands may shift slightly, but we will try to swing the club while keeping it as stable as possible. It is about moving the club, cocking, uncocking, recocking. Without any strain, allow the wrists to perform cocking, uncocking, and recocking while sensing the weight and movement of the club. Please do not add any other movements to your body. Try to maintain a fixed point with your hands, while allowing for cocking, uncocking, and recocking. For example, if you feel a lot of strain on your wrists, while making such movements in this situation, you are going against the club's natural momentum. Instead, allow the club's natural movement while practicing cocking, uncocking, and recocking. Until now, we have been cocking, uncocking, and recocking, while trying to maintain a fixed point with our wrists. In this movement, let's free up the arm movement a bit more, from the body to add a little more energy. At first, I practiced cocking, uncocking, and recocking while maintaining a fixed point with my hands. But now I allow more movement with my arms during cocking, uncocking, and recocking. I certainly and definitely believe you will indeed be able to see that my shoulder is indeed rotating. When we truly think that the club should swing due to shoulder rotation, it becomes significantly more effortless to focus more on the body's movement, rather than merely the natural swing of the club, as clearly seen in these examples. I genuinely think this can potentially weaken your swing. Starting from the fundamental idea of moving the club around a fixed point of the wrist, we have the process of cocking, then uncocking, and finally recocking. Allowing for a freer movement of the arm from our upper body results in shoulder rotation. As I have mentioned in my previous videos, you might find it extremely helpful to think of this as being similar to throwing a ball with the wrist, followed by the arm and upper body, coming together in unison. Initially, we cock, uncock, and recock around a fixed point of the wrist, and then by allowing the arm to move more freely from the body, my shoulder turn occurs. It is not that the swing happens and the club reacts due to shoulder turn. Rather, I strongly believe you will feel that our body is responding to the movement of the club. When I tried to move the club, my body naturally reacted. It was not that my body moved and the club reacted. The part I want to emphasize the most in this video is precisely this point. We moved the club, and then the body responded accordingly. If you continue practicing the previous steps, you will see that my legs and pelvis are twisted, and I believe you will confirm that you are experiencing the same leg response. Starting from the movement of the club, the arm became freer, and the upper body began to respond due to the arm. The pelvis responds due to the upper body, and the knee and foot respond due to the pelvis. Our action, which started with trying to move the club, has made our entire body, down to our toes, react. Cocking, uncocking, recocking. And it's simply a free and effortless swing of the arm indeed. If you look at my waist, my pelvis, and my knees, you can see that they are all misaligned. You can think of this club's swing as wanting the motion of this leg. To further expand the swing of the club, the motion of our legs and the pivot of the foot are absolutely necessary for balance and stability. By extending this leg pivot, the swing of the club will gain significantly more energy and efficiency and be maximized. It starts from a small swing and a small pivot, gradually expanding to a larger movement of the club and a larger pivot. This is the body's response that originates from the swing of the club. It is not the body turn that swings the club. Rather, it is the swing of the club that makes our body respond. The movement of the hands originated from the club head, and then the movement transferred from the hands to the arms and from the arms to the shoulders, which you all have observed. From the shoulders, the movement goes down to the hips, then from the hips to the knees, and from the knees to the feet, allowing us to perform a swing that connects the entire body. By moving the club around a fixed point, we engage in cocking, uncocking, and recocking. This movement allows the arms to move, which in turn causes the shoulders to move, and then the hips, knees, and feet all begin to respond. The swing allows the club to move freely, while our body supports it to further maximize the energy of the club. It's not about the energy coming from our body, but rather about allowing the clubs free. Swing and enhancing that energy. I believe this is a technique that utilizes the club's momentum to its fullest, taking advantage of the club's natural and free motion, allowing for a relaxed swing to hit the ball farther. When analyzing the movement of our body in a single swing, it is clear that we will primarily use large muscles. This is why we often hear tips suggesting that we should hit the ball using these large muscles. But what is the source of this movement? It likely started with the intention of hitting this ball from this spot to send it over there, and to do that, this club would have been used. Analyzing it, our body would have used the large muscles to make a single strike, but we don't need to do that intentionally. We simply allow the swing of the club and appropriately respond with our body to make that swing smoother. To walk towards the camera, what I need to do is look at the camera and step forward with the intention of going there, not with the intention of using my large muscles first. Clearly, I will move towards that direction using my large muscles, but I just took a step. Similarly, to hit the ball accurately and far from this side to that side with this club, rather than having complex thoughts about needing to use the large muscles, it is much more beneficial for improving your striking ability to simply feel the natural movement of the club and to further sense the body's response that extends from that. We will hit this ball to send it over there using this club, so we need to move the club. When we move the club, our body responds with cocking, uncocking, and recocking. It all starts from that movement. Ultimately, however we hit it, the ball will be struck by the club and fly over there. Therefore, I believe we should start from the club to achieve a great shot with club head speed, accuracy, and hitting the sweet spot, rather than thinking about how to use our body and how to pull the club with our body to create a powerful swing. I encourage you to apply in your practice what happens when you move the club and how your body responds. I am confident that good swings will lead to good results and will help your golf game. Thank you.